学生们好, welcome to the fourth lesson of our first unit, and our fourth lesson is about our last type of movement, or now you should have known they're called transformations. Our last type of transformation is rotations. So our learning target number 4 is I can rotate about a point of rotation. So we're going to break it again into two parts. The first with the EQ1, getting the idea of what rotating a figure is like. And then we're going to be able to perform actual rotations on the screens and on the paper with our EQ2. Here are our language objectives, and they are I can explain my understanding of rotations. One way of explaining your understanding can be like rotations are like blank about a blank. And a second type of sentence you can use is the figure is rotated blank about blank. So how are figures rotated? That's our EQ1. Rotations are like the turning of a figure about a point, and that point is called the center of rotation. A picture of that looks like this, and so you'll see on the bottom is our point of rotation. That controls how the figure is rotated, and you can rotate one direction or the other direction. This is one example of a rotation. The lines there are to guide you that it's going from one position to the next in a circular motion. And so it is important that to know that the location of the center of rotation determines how your rotation looks. So let's take a look at how the change in the location of the center of rotation changes how our rotations look. What difference does it make? Read this very slowly. The closer the center of rotation is to the center of the figure, the more it will be like spinning. The farther the center of rotation, then the more it will look like it's going in circles. So let's take a look at some pictures comparing how it looks when the center of rotation is in the middle of the figure versus when it's far away from the figure. So when it's in the center, the white dot represents the center of rotation. Then the spinning of the square, the figure, is spinning around. But as you move farther away from the center, so now our object now is the red circle, it is rotating about the black point, which is the center of rotation. You will see that it goes in a circular motion. And the farther it is away, the bigger the circular movement is. Okay, so let's take a little quick practice. Which of the following pairs represent rotations? Place a check mark at the ones that you believe are. And go ahead and pause the video. You should see that the last three are all rotations. Some of the examples we've seen before. Of course, the first one is a reflection. The only thing that would make that a rotation is if the image was upside down. And all the other ones are some form of spinning or turning to get in that position. So the key to determining rotations is try to find a circular path from the original shape to its image. The bicycle, its images, it has different types of images depending on how much you're spinning, so that one section can land all of those other sections. So that's the first part to getting an idea of what rotations are on figures. So let's answer our first essential question. How are figures rotated? And a sentence frame for you to use. A rotation is like blank about a blank. And you can write more if you want. Some keywords that you might be using: spin, turn, center of rotation, and circular.